One of my students recently was really struggling with compressing the golf ball. Now, we worked on his swing path and we've got the swing path a lot more on plane, but he was also still struggling to be able to get into that real kind of optimal compression position. He was a 10 handicap golfer, so a very, very, very good player already, but just wanted to get that strike a little bit more consistent. So I've given him a couple of drills, and within this video, I'm going to be giving them to you as well. Now, before we get started into the video, if you would like some free content that's not here on YouTube, but is only on my website, down in the description below, there is a link where you can get 3 free videos from my golf game blueprint, completely free. All you need to do is click the link and you're going to be in there. Also, whilst you're in the website, there is a pro shop page with affiliate links if you are looking for a different training aids, or if you're looking for a launch monitor or a golf sim or a shot scope rangefinder or GPS watch. It's all in there for you to have a look at as well. Also within the website, there is a link to my Skillist profile page where I'm an online golf coach for around about 60 golfers worldwide, and I can help you specifically as well. So the very first tip that we're going to be doing that I worked on with the student is all about being able to really try and emphasize hitting down on the golf ball. So you could get a towel, anything that's kind of really, really thin, really flat in behind the golf ball. I would put it around about 2 club head widths away to start with, because if you are a player that comes in really shallow and you struggle to hit down, you want to give yourself a bit of leeway to start with, but the better you get at doing this drill, the more you can increase its difficulty. Now, as you can see down here on the mat, I've got a really thin piece of material going across the mat. Okay, so like I said, you can use a towel, you can use anything of something similar. I've got the ball 1, 2 club head widths away from that piece of material. Now, what we're going to try and feel here is as we get to the top of the backswing, we're going to take the emphasis off rotation and put it on lateral. Now, the reason why I want to put it on lateral, because we're going to be really talking about the trail wrist position. So in my case, the right arm and the right wrist position, okay? If you get to the top of the backswing and you just turn and you just rotate, the chances are the trail wrist will extend. Once the trail wrist extends, the trail elbow will also extend as well. Now, the reason it does that is because once you get to the top and you turn, you put the golf club on the outside, you then extend the arms down to go and find the golf ball, okay? So because of a poor transition, it leads to other faults and then other manipulations within the swing. So what we're going to try and feel is once we get to the top of the backswing, we're going to feel like we're not turning back to the target. We're just going to keep your back to the target as we transition the weight into the lead side. Now, what I also want you to try and feel here is this trail elbow staying really, really close to the side of your body, okay? Now, you can only really feel that when you get more lateral in your swing. If you only get rotation, as I mentioned, you'll get disconnected. So from the top of the backswing, we're going to feel only lateral, and we're going to try and feel like this right armpit stays really closed and tight to the body. There. And just stop there with a half kind of follow through position. Again, you don't need to get that full kind of rotary follow through position. Just a half follow through is absolutely fine. The purpose of this, and that's actually a really good starting point. I've hit a big push to the right hand side. Often I would suggest that pushed shots are because you've got ahead of the golf ball and you've not had any rotation to square the face enough. So this is a really good indication that I managed to get lateral into my lead side. And the only way you can really know if you've struck the ball well is how it felt. That felt soft off the face. It didn't feel like I hit the bottom grooves. It didn't feel like I hit the top grooves. I wouldn't have taken a huge divot. So the strike felt really, really good. And by just thinking of 2 swing thoughts, I've got my lateral and I've got my trail arm feeling really, really close, I was able to deliver the golf club more down onto the ball. And also my initial feedback is this material. So if I bring this back now a club head width, so now we're a club head away from this material, I've increased the difficulty. If I compress this ball, I should still miss that material. I may have actually just moved that into elite mode there. And again, I got forwards on the golf ball. I got the connectivity into my right side with my right elbow. I made no connection at all with the material. It felt absolutely incredible, and I managed to hit a 7-iron 187 yards, which I can't guarantee you're going to hit the ball 187 yards with a 7-iron, because that felt absolutely phenomenal. But what the feedback from the drill tells me, again though, strike felt good. Ball flight was really good, much more penetrating. But you'll also notice when you compress the ball, the initial launch angle is going to be lower. You're going to have that kind of gliding launch angle. Whereas when you've come into the ball and you've rotated and you've released that trail arm too early, you'll often come in with more loft. So from this position, we're never going to compress the golf ball. So we've turned whatever the loft of the head is, we've added about 5 or 6 degrees of loft, and that's what we do not want to do. For a 30-degree 7-iron loft, I want to hit it with around about 20 degrees. But if you're hitting a 30-degree 7-iron with 30 degrees of launch, you're going to sacrifice a whole lot of distance. So the position that you actually want to get into with impact, if I just take my setup here, is I want you to try and feel that from setup, your impact position looks a little bit more left, and the hands forward. The trail leg stays down, the trail foot stays down. Now, naturally, through correct body lateral movement, your body will rotate. So your hips will point just over your left foot there. Okay, so that's the impact position we're looking for. We don't need to see that, okay, because we'll end up releasing it early, and a lot of you may look quite familiar with this position right now, okay? So we want to keep the right foot down, lateral movement, hands forward, much more of a powerful position and much better compression overall. So really, really important one. Second drill, I'm going to show you one of my current favorite training aids. And it's very simple. I mean, this was the material I was using for the first drill. It's called In the Slot. It's by Pure Swing. And you may have seen in not recent actually, probably a year or two ago, I did a video on what I called the RoboCop arm, the robotic arm. It's not really, it's just a plastic arm, but it was really, really good for helping with the right wrist position. I'll pop the link to that video down in the description below, because it was a really, really good training aid for keeping the trail wrist hinged through impact, which I thought was amazing. So they've just released this new one called In the Slot, and it's exactly what it says. It's going to hopefully do exactly what it says on the tin. So I managed to just about slip into a medium still. Not sure how much longer I'm going to be able to do that for. So what we'll do, we can set this up. You can see this is great for golfers that are trying to either keep more connected or get less connected. So you'll be able to see here, if I just pop that there, just about top edge of my rib cage, right on the side of my body. What you'll see is I'm going to bring it into just in front of my bicep there, so it's just attached to my bicep. So as I set up, I'm nice and connected, okay? As I swing up to the top of the backswing, I'll obviously come off it because I've got my height, but on the downswing, I've got to keep it back in there, okay? Now, the majority of players that spin from the top of the backswing, you might start really nice here, you get to the top, and because you've come off it, the beauty of this is you have to go and find it again. So you have to move into position. It's not holding you in the position, okay? So it's putting some emphasis on your movement and your deliberate movement. So from this top of the backswing position, I have to come in. If I spin from the top and disconnect myself, I won't find it again. I'll probably find that awkward knuckle as I come back down. So what we're doing here, it's allowing me to get a full, complete rotation with height to the top of the swing, and it's making me come back and find the slot here as I create that lateral movement. Really, really good feedback, okay? When you get it wrong, your tricep will hit the knuckle and it will just feel horrendous. Just to digress a little bit, for golfers that get too stuck on the inside, and I see this a lot where the elbow's almost behind the body, you could do the opposite. You could put it further round. You could set up so it's just there on the tricep. Swing up to the top. And if you get too inside, I'm put off by the knuckle. So I'm going to bring my arms back down in front of the knuckle and hit through from there. So this is a really simple, it's actually incredibly crazy how simple this actually is. But it's a really good training aid to help you create feel, but also it makes you move to it rather than a training aid just holding you into position. Because when you're held into position and then you take the training aid off, your arms want to break free, and it's sometimes really difficult to come back to that position. So there's two different ways of practicing with those types of training aids, but I really, really dig this. This is really, really good. If you want to have a bit more information on this again, head over to my website. There's a Pro Shop page within my website that will give you a video about this as well, and also a discount code if you are interested in getting one. But those are the two drills that I gave to one of my students to help him understand better lateral and also better connectivity to help him ultimately compress the golf ball better. Guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like, hit the subscribe, head over to my website for loads more options of free content, coaching, and also discount codes for training aids, launch monitors, GPS watches, rangefinders, whatever you need, it's all over there. Any comments about the video, please also drop them down below and I will answer as well. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.